the South Florida constituency, the National Assembly. I am the primary representative of Nnamdi Kanu. We're very disappointed in the ruling of the court today, where especially the court took a position that the extraordinary rendition was not going to be part of the consideration today. But he, however, to be fair to him, said if we can prove that there were extraordinary rendition, then that would change his consideration. So we are coming back. I've been assured by the lawyers that they are coming back to show that proof. One, the issue of jurisdiction. We will now know whether this court has jurisdiction or not. That's number one. Then number two, there seems, I keep saying it, there seems to be two sets of rules in this country. One for the Igbo man and the other one for every other Nigerian. Where every other Nigerian gets a reprieve, the Igbo man would not get a reprieve. You look at even the issue of the health situation of our brother. There have been many circumstances where people have been given opportunities to go and seek medical care, yet Nnamdi Kanu is denied. Even the president, at every consideration, the president goes overseas to take care of himself. He doesn't even subject himself to Nigerian medical attention. So it is very wrong for them to deny Nnamdi, who the doctors have laid clear evidences that he's having insufficiencies, organ insufficiencies. And what is the government waiting for? For him to die? And then the circumstances will now be brought up again? So, but for the Igbos, I'm more disappointed with the Igbos. The political leadership of the Igbo land, the spiritual and otherwise concerned, are keeping quiet, extraordinarily quiet, on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. Especially when it is shown that when it concerns to others, especially in the north, the government is negotiating with terrorists, non-terrorists, dressed up with guns and various ammunition. And yet they have not proved that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. So it is up for Igbos to now rise up to ensure that we come in total defense of our brother and ensure that, especially in the administration of criminal justice, that he is not being marginalized. So Igbos should rise up for once and to say that all the spectacle, that enough is enough.
Excuse me. Nigerian Medical Council, now listen. The Nigerian Medical Council, you people examined Nnamdi Kanu on, that was 3 days ago. Yes. And the report, we have it, where you people said that the report given by AJ did not even capture the entire health condition of Nnamdi Kanu. You discovered more. That you people should not doctor that report, because court has ordered that you people should bring that report to court. We know what is happening in Nigeria, because now that it involves Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbos, they may force you people or may intimidate you people, because plan that DSSS are even trying to intimidate eminent Professor Emeritus, Professor AJ, who has been a Provost College of Medicine, University of Nigeria, who has been a dean. His medical record is here, and somebody that is not even a consultant is questioning the report given by AJ. Now the team you people constituted met Nnamdi Kanu, that was 3 days ago, at the DSSS, and Nnamdi Kanu subjected himself. We have that report. That report, as you people have it, provide it in court. Having said that, now what gave rise to this particular issue of medical council is the petition I personally submitted against Dr. Mohammed Nasiru from DSSS, the doctor that never examined Nnamdi Kanu, but he decided to depose falsely on oath. 37 paragraph affidavit. I submitted that petition. It was on that basis that Attorney General ordered the medical council to constitute a different board. We have been following it up, and that petition must be heard. And the Dr. Nasiru should be, with his license as a medical doctor, if he is, should be withdrawn. Barrister Maxwell Opera PhD is submitting. It should be there. Just like what Honorable said, I'm highly disappointed to my fellow Igbo people.
Oh my God.
Nnamdi Kanu is suffering this because he's an Igbo.
Yes.
We must say it.
Yes.
Had it been that Nnamdi Kanu is from the north or from the south or southwest, he wouldn't have been there by now. And everybody's keeping quiet. Both the religious leaders, both the political leaders, both those in diaspora, nothing is happening. You feel that it's Nnamdi Kanu that is existing. I'm highly disappointed. So this is the genesis. The judge said that he's not aware.
Ndewo ụmụ Chineke, we are going into UK town hall meeting in less than 30 minutes. But we have to deliver a very short message before the UK town hall meeting commences. Greetings to everyone who have stood their ground to this very day to see that our leaders are not silenced. I salute the existence of our leaders, our supreme leader in detention, our prime minister in Finland. First and foremost, I want to appreciate BRGIE and their entire cabinet and all the Biafrans that have supported them this far, and the confidence you have reposed in the BRGIE cabinet, starting from the acting prime minister to all his cabinet members. You see, the work in Washington, D.C. is beginning to pay off now. The awareness that we have been creating in the Congress is beginning to pay off now. And now you can see that there has been discussions about the massacre of Christians in Nigeria, and it's coming from the United States. It is coming from the awareness that BRGI is creating, educating the lawmakers in America. Some of you had wanted to hear the pronouncement or Donald Trump speaking about it in the US United Nations National Assembly. No, you will not hear it from there. It is step by step, bit by bit. It has to go from the grassroots of America first before it will finally get to that point. And I want everyone to understand that we are not yet a sovereign nation. We are still seeking recognition and fighting brutally to see that we get it all done. So we need all voices and we need all that matters. So if you know what you have to do to push the message to go, do it. But stop your attack on BRGI because we are moving mountains. We are a government in exile, but yet a government in exile is breaking bounds. We are entering into the US Congress and having discussions with the US lawmakers. Today, you are beginning to see the goodness of BRGI. Fox News of USA and many of the news medias, many of the popular people in America now have been drawn into the massacre of Christians in Nigeria. Some of you had expected to hear it that it is massacre of Biafrans directly or only or independently massacre of Biafrans. No, it is on the purpose of that Christian massacre that the case is establishing itself. Yes, because it is because of you being a Christian that the terrorists want to wipe you out and take everywhere. So the message is coming out. You need to support BRGI with everything you have. Support BRGI with everything you could ever think of. Bring all you have. Support BDF in the homeland. Yes, because they have to continue to engage the terrorists and dislodge all of them in our bushes and surroundings so that we can have our homeland back to ourselves and control in our hands. Now, Nnamdi Kanu's case is not in the hands of the Fulani politicians. It's in the hands of the Igbo elite. It's in the hands of the Igbo politicians. This is what Biafran people must understand, and this is what these Igbo politicians must also take home today. Biafran people will respond to these Igbo terrorist politicians in the language that they will understand. Biafran people will let them understand that if them, as elders of our lands, have decided to become slave boys, slave girls, slave women, and men to the Fulani terrorist government, the greater populace of the Biafran people, those poor, those old and young, those ones that are not in politics, those ones that really want Biafra today, tomorrow, those ones through which and because of whom Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put his life on the line for Biafra. The poor masses of Biafra will let the Igbo criminal and terrorist politicians to understand that they have bitten more than they can chew. Biafran people have been doing it before now, and the next step that they are going to take will marvel many of you. Everyone should stop attacking Nigerian politicians. Nigerian politicians. It is not Nigerian politicians that are detaining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is the Igbo politicians. They want him dead. They are the ones that jail him. They are the ones that made the arrangement for his kidnap. They are the ones that made the arrangement for him to be killed. They are the ones that made the arrangement for the abduction of Wazirike. The same thing they did to Wazirike is what they wanted to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They want to wipe out every indigenous person of Biafra, and then they will bring the last man standing as a commander or general and then go and show Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention and then say, look at all your Biafran brothers and sisters, commanders and generals fighting in the bushes have all laid their arms. So you are in this alone and you must surrender. No, it will not happen. We need to make the Igbo criminal and terrorist politicians to understand that what they did to Wazirike cannot happen in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's time. Biafran people will make sure these Igbo terrorist politicians that want to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and want to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I think they will be the one to die first. They will use that their same hand that they want to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to kill themselves first. The same terrorists that they sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to, the same terrorists which the Igbo politicians negotiated and then sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to, those same terrorists will get back to them. We are promising one Nigerian terrorist government. And the Igbo politicians that they negotiated and they planned to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that they came very late. The message here today is that Igbo terrorist politicians should be ready to face the Biafran people. They should be ready to face the Biafran people with everything that they have in their communities. Biafran people will face the Igbo terrorist politicians in a way that they will no longer find it comfortable in Biafra land, unless we see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu walk a free man. Fulani terrorists did not develop wings. Fulani government did not develop wings and then go to Kenya to go and kill or kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, it was the Igbo elite, the Igbo terrorist politicians. They all align and plan with the DOS members and those ones that claim to be fighting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in IPOB. They planned for the arrangement of his kidnap. They called him down to Kenya. On getting down to Kenya, they did what? They kidnapped him. They beat him to stupor. He passed out, and then they kept him there for over a week. From on the 18th and 19th, when they had kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, the DOS members, even the brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Kanu Ntakanu, confessed with his mouth that he was aware. And then They kept it to themselves, waiting to see the final stage of eliminating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The plan and idea was after they eliminate him, they will now throw his dead bodies in the street. And then we will now go and pick his dead body in the trash bin. Then we will start crying and lamenting and say, oh, we found Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's dead body in the street. We found his dead body on the road. He's dead. We have to go and bury him. We have to go and do this. Then they will ask, who did this? Who did this? They will say they don't know. But Nnamdi Kanu is aware. DOS members are aware. Having known quite well that the plan and arrangement that they had with the Igbo politicians and the Nigerian terrorist government had gone well, what did they do? They decided, Nnamdi Kanu and DOS members, they decided to impersonate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by deceiving Biafrans. They continued to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Twitter account to be tweeting and writing and posting to Biafrans, claiming to be that it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is talking to Biafrans from on the 18th and 19th, which they had kidnapped him, and he is incommunicado and could not speak and was beaten to stupor and was to be killed. Since that day to the 28th of June, 2021, DOS and Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's brother, with the arrangement that they had with the Igbo politicians, they were now using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Twitter account to tweet and continue to talk to Biafrans consistently. Every Biafran that saw the tweet and post thought that it's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is talking, that is still alive. Nobody knew and nobody knew that it is Kanunta, his brother, DOS members, and Igbo politicians, and his lawyer. The most betrayal of it all, Ejiofor, were the ones behind all this arrangement. They continue talking to Biafrans. Biafrans thought that it's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was talking on his Twitter account. Until the day that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was blindfoldedly and chained, then dragged into the Nigerian court, which Showore saw it and then blew alarm. That was when everybody came to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped since on the 18th. And they were using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Twitter account to tweet on that same very day of the 28th. Somebody that was kidnapped since on the 18th and 19th of June. You were using his Twitter account to tweet and talk to Biafrans till on the 28th. Till on the 28th of June 2021. Who were doing this? Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB DOS, the lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Igbo politicians. Now tell me how Fulani terrorists of Nigeria, Fulani government of Nigeria, Buhari's government of Nigeria, Malami's government of Nigeria, tell me how Malami, tell me how Buhari's government of Nigeria, tell me how all the senators of Nigeria knew the password and how to enter Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Twitter account, to be using it to tweet and deceive Biafrans that it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is talking. You now see the complicity. You now understand what I'm telling you. It is the dog and the rat that you have in the house that knows you finish, that can only be the one to betray you and to take you out and sell you out to the enemies. So, Fulani terrorist government of Nigeria, Buhari terrorist government of Nigeria, Tinubu terrorist government of Nigeria are not the one keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Biafran people should understand this and stop being misguided and being misinformed. The only problem you have on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's detention is the Igbo terrorist politicians, is the DOS terrorist group, is the Kanu family terrorist group. These are the people that connive with Nigerian terrorist government, and they are very happy to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be jailed and die in detention and kept till another election of Nigeria. What are the Biafran people supposed to do? And what should be the resolve of the Biafran people? The resolve of the Biafran people going forward is to show these Igbo terrorist politicians eye for an eye, teeth for a teeth, and iron for an iron, and peace for a peace, and fire for fire. That is what every Biafran should do to these terrorist Igbo politicians. Because they are the ones keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu incarcerated. They are the ones imprisoning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no other person that is imprisoning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are you all not seeing that the Fulani terrorists, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the Al-Qaeda are all being released in Nigeria detention? They are not even being captured or imprisoned or taken in. They are having negotiations and meetings with the Nigerian terrorist government on a daily basis. And they are giving Nigerian terrorist government their demands. And Nigerian terrorist government are meeting up those demands. Gumi is advocating and soliciting for no kinetic approach, no fire, no bullet, no weapons thrown at any Fulani terrorist. That if you do so, that the Fulani terrorists will come back in 100 folds to wipe you all out. This is someone advocating and soliciting for a terrorist that have wiped out communities, terrorists that are still in control of even local government in Borno, terrorists that are in charge of local government in plateaus, terrorists that are in charge of communities in Borno, Kanu, Katsina, Benue, as we speak, and Zamfara and Kwara, terrorists that ransack communities. Show me one community where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has ransacked. Show me one community where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu invaded and killed Christians. Show me one community where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took over. Show me one community where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu invaded those communities and slaughtered babies, women, and children. So, Igbo politicians should be ready to face the Biafran people in a brutal way. You must be ready to face the Biafran people in a way that you have never seen before. The Biafran people will arise and the Biafran people will do wonders. Those wonders will not be done to the Fulani terrorists, because it's not the Fulani terrorists that plan and invade our communities. It is the Igbo terrorist politicians. So the Igbo terrorist politicians should be ready to face the Biafran people. Yes, it is a message, and I'm just a messenger. I am delivering the message the way the Biafran people have piled it up to be delivered. They are informing the Igbo politicians, the Igbo elite, that as they assembled and brought about this destruction upon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafran people, they should be ready to face the result that will be coming out. This is the nonsense and the shambles that you all did the other day. The other day, you all assembled yourself at Umuahia. In this shambolic and arranged nonsense that you call a protest, you were all arranged and contracted and paid by Kanu Kanu, to be precise. And some of the Igbo politicians and the elite and the Ohanese and Igbos and the DOS political wing groups, you were all arranged to come out in Umuahia. Whether it is in front of a local government or whether it is in front of the bush or wherever you all came out from, you were informed to come out and come and do this caricature. You all came out to do this caricature to deceive people in the name of you are protesting to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya since on the 18th and 19th of 2021 June. Since that 18th and 19th of 2021 June to September 2028 of 2025, these idiots, these terrorist political groups that they call themselves Igbo politicians and Igbo elders, they did not see and know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. It is today, after 4 years, when they heard that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was to appear in court on medical grounds, they now arranged them to come and make this caricature so that it will cajole the Biafran people into believing that they are in one accord. Show me what these political criminals that call themselves elders and leaders have done to the release of Nnamdi Kanu since 2021. While Sunday Igbo was stopped from being kidnapped by Nigerian terrorist government to Nigeria, while Showore, who was being incarcerated by Buhari administration, what has Tinubu done? Tinubu has released the Showore. And now you can see Showore is going to court, doing protests, moving around in Nigeria. Nothing is happening to Showore. Where is Sunday Igbohu? Sunday Igbohu is doing protests in Nigeria, still talking about Oduduwa Republic. Who released Sunday Igbohu? It is Tinubu that released Sunday Igbohu. It is Tinubu that said every charge is against Sunday Igbohu dropped. You call yourselves Igbo politicians. What you love is to collect money. And then you want Nnamdi Kanu to die because he speaks Biafra. The same reason why Nnamdi Kanu stood up to speak, because of the terrorist Fulanis and the jihad that they are coming up with. That same thing that we have been creating that awareness is what caused chaos in the United Nations National Assembly. Everybody were talking about that same terrorist. The same terrorist that other people in the part of Nigeria disengage is the same terrorist that these Igbo terrorist politicians embrace. They rather bring these terrorists to come into Biafra land to kill our women and children, while other people in Nigeria harbors these same terrorists for slitting the throat of their babies, women, and children in their sleeps. But these Igbo terrorist politicians that you see here, these slave boys, they come and assemble these terrorists, they bring them to Biafra land to come and kill and wipe out Biafra defense forces, to come and kill and wipe out the Biafran people in their sleeps. All because of what? All because of Biafra. All because we stand up and say we declare Biafra and we don't want these terrorists to come and wipe us in our sleep. That it is better we die fighting for a Biafra than to allow these terrorists to come and wipe our existence. These terrorist Igbo politicians prefers to bring the terrorists that are slitting the throat of babies, women, and children to come and slit our throats because they don't want Biafra to come. Biafran people have spoken, and the message has been delivered. It is better they start relocating now from wherever they are in Biafra land and never to return back again. And when you are relocating, relocate with everything that belongs to you. You are Igbo terrorist politician who connived to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, who placed bounty on the head of Simon Ekpa, who placed bounty on the heads of all the Biafra Defense Forces generals that are fighting to the freedom and liberation of Biafran people in Biafra land. Biafran people will look for all of you to come and pay for your atrocities. Biafran people are telling you now that if you don't want it to be fire for fire, and eye for an eye and teeth for a teeth, that you should go and make sure you release Nnamdi Kanu. Or all of you should leave Biafra land. Yes. It is better you leave Biafra land, you go and stay in exile. Yes. That is the message from the Biafran people. Leave Biafra land, go and stay in exile. Go and stay in Abuja, so that as you have put Nnamdi Kanu to stay in exile in Abuja, you all will also stay in exile in Abuja. And when you are leaving Biafra land, don't leave Biafra land alone. Live with everything that you have, because Biafran people will not take it lightly with you anymore. Enough is enough. Don't think that because you detain Mazi Simon Ekpa, that Biafran people will keep quiet and allow you to slaughter everybody. No. You will slaughter us, you will slaughter us, you will slaughter us, but you will not slaughter everybody. Yes. There must be remnants that will stand up and put a stop to this idiotic approach that you people have come up with. Biafran people are not mincing words. They have delivered the message. The Igbo terrorist politicians who make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is not released, They should all vacate Biafra land. That is the message from Biafran people. Yes. Biafra land will not be conducive for them. That is the message from Biafra people. If you want to stay in Biafra land, we want to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released. The same way that the Fulani terrorist politicians, the same way that the Fulani terrorist brothers and sisters in Nigerian political circle are canvassing and promoting and creating enabling environment for the release and peaceful coexistence of the Fulani terrorists and the Boko Harams. They are negotiating for the Boko Harams. They are making sure the Boko Harams are not killed. They are making sure the Boko Harams are reintegrated into the societies where they have wiped out the existence of people. But their politicians are canvassing for them to be reintegrated back and that you should not shoot at them. While you fools, while you idiot, while you shameless, stinking things calling yourself Igbo politicians want to wipe Biafran people out, you are bringing the same Fulani terrorists in uniforms and in armored cars for them to come and destroy Biafran people in their sleeps. Biafran people have a message for you. Be ready to leave Biafra land if we don't see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the message. Be ready and start packing your load. You will leave Biafra land. You will go and live with the terrorists. You will go and assemble with them. You will go and be having the meeting with them. If we don't see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will be very, very bad for all of you. So prepare yourself now and start moving. Okay? Nigerian terrorist government leaders appeared in the United Nations and they promoted a new state and recognition for Palestine. Okay? The same thing that all the leaders in Nigeria are doing. And you, Igbo idiot politicians, Igbo criminal and slave politicians, you are also canvassing for a recognition of a state for Palestine. While you call on the same Palestinian state of Nigeria, Hamas state of Nigeria, Jihadi state of Nigeria, Al-Qaeda and ISWAP and Boko Haram state of Nigeria and Fulani state of Nigeria to come and wipe out Christians in Biafra land, to come and wipe out Biafrans because of what? Biafra independence. But you are calling and supporting for a Palestinian state and a recognition and independence for Palestinian state. Why do you hate the Biafran people so much? That is why Biafran people have come unanimously to say that at this very point, it is imperative to deliver the message to you all that you all should pack your load and go to live with the Boko Haram terrorists where you have made to be your brothers and sisters. Since you have said that Biafran people, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not your brothers and sisters, rather the Fulani terrorists are your brothers and sisters, and you prefer to give them a state and existence, and you don't want Biafran people to have a state and existence. You don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to have a state and existence. Biafran people say from today, you should start leaving Biafra land to go and stay with the Boko Haram terrorists. If not, and if we don't see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you guys will hear from Biafran people. I've delivered the message as a messenger. And we also saw Ohaneze Mgburumiri, another political slave terrorist boys. They came out and they are writing nonsense messages against Biafra Defense Forces. Their problem now is who? General Gento, General Butuzo, Biafra Defense Forces generals. They say Biafra Defense Forces generals are terrorists, that they are threatening the people, that they should come and drop their arms. This is the same pattern they had used before when they said we should go and collect amnesty. They even proposed amnesty to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And then you ask, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist? That you're proposing amnesty to him. Freedom fighters that are fighting for independent states, you are proposing amnesty for them. Boko Haram terrorists that are being celebrated in Nigeria are not a problem to you. It is Biafra people that are a problem to you. And you claim to be a Biafran inside Biafra land. No, it can't be inside Biafra land. You should be in the Boko Haram territory to be giving those pronouncements. No more in Biafra land. The message has been delivered, though. And as you are leaving Biafra land, live with everything that belongs to you, because it is going to be inhabitable for all of you Igbo terrorist politicians. We deliver it in a very simplified way, but when you start getting the message from the Biafran people in a practical manner, you will understand why you must release Nnamdi Kanu, or you pack your loads and leave Biafra land. We are going into the UK town hall meeting, and we call on all Biafrans to join the Zoom. Join the Zoom because that is where we continue to create the awareness. We tour around the world, we visit countries, we sit down with Biafrans and discuss and tell them the plight of the Biafran people, tell them the strides that we are making to make sure that Biafra is recognized and known in all angles. Today that you see that the top media in America are picking on the Christian massacre in Nigeria, it is the work of BRGIA in Washington, D.C. It is paying off. After the Biafran people had a congressional briefing inside the U.S. Capitol, inside the U.S. White House building, inside the Congress building, it has given that leverage to top speakers in America to now understand that there has been hidden agenda inside one Nigeria, that there has been something they were hiding from them. Series of petitions and testimonies have been submitted to the US lawmakers. They are speaking to the media houses. They are communicating with the community. They are talking to them and letting them know what is happening and why we actually gathered in the US congressional briefing. If you don't understand how politics works, you need to come and learn. It is not something that needs to happen overnight. It is a gradual process, and we are going there, and it is happening. This is why we don't need splinter groups anywhere. We don't need any group that is called accountability. We don't need any group that is called USB charger. We don't need any second or third group. It is only one BRGI that is speaking, and when we enter the US Congress, when we speak to the lawmakers of America and the media houses of America, they take the words and the messages serious. They go in and dig in more and investigate more and see all the evidences that are there in the media. So, for those of you glorifying yourself as different splinter groups, you are all failures. Yes, you are all failures. We have only one BRGI, and those of you that were indicted in the lawsuit, prepare yourself and go and face your lawsuit. We learned that Ngozi was deceiving some people yesterday in a fundraising or town hall meeting, telling them that BRGI is coming to beg her for extension of time. It is foul. It is a very big lie. She is the one that is begging BRGI. She is the one that ran to go and beg Prime Minister. Prime Minister is in detention, and then you're now going to go and disturb him to come and save you, to come and drag us, to come and stop lawsuits. Prime Minister has nothing to do with lawsuit. He did not start it, and he does not have power to stop what he did not start. Okay? BRGIA started lawsuit against the saboteurs that want to destroy BRGIA and our template to Biafra recognition. If you are attacking and facing one Nigeria in your own ways, we have no problem with you. But the moment you turn your radar against the template of BRGIA on getting this Biafra restoration and recognition, that is the moment and the time you have become a prime enemy and target to the Biafran people. And we will hunt you down with everything we have. The days of this person come and sabotage Wazirike and then go scot-free. This person sabotage Nnamdi Kanu and go scot-free. This person, we're using Nnamdi Kanu's account to talk to Biafrans after they sabotage him and went scot-free. Until today, they are enjoying it. Igbo politicians are killing Nnamdi Kanu and want him to die in detention. And then you people are laughing and lamenting and enjoying the show. You turn it to content creation. All of you want to have broadcasting platforms, so we're broadcasting and be making content. Mazi Simon that is in detention. It is because he did not take anybody to court. He did not file lawsuit against anybody. He did not take your sabotage serious. That is why you people decided to file lawsuit against him. Who filed the lawsuit against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Who filed the lawsuit against Mazi Simon Ekpa? It is you. You, Biafran. You, Biafrans, testified against Mazi Simon Ekpa in court. You, Biafrans, put him where he is today. You, Biafrans, submitted evidence against him. You, Biafrans, stand against him in court. You, Biafrans, decided to identify yourself as Nigerians and then testify against Biafra in court. It is because I have read messages. Many of you say, has Simon Ekpa filed a lawsuit or taken anybody to court before? Or did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? It is because they did not take that bold step that you people decided to sabotage them. So we don't want anybody to sabotage the process of Biafra where we have come now. We are yet to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back from the sabotage that you people did to him, from the lawsuit that you people submitted against him. We are yet to get our Prime Minister back, Mazi Simon Ekpa, from the lawsuit and the sabotage that you people did to him. That is why he is facing the lawsuit. That is why he is facing court for no just cause. People are protesting everywhere and they need a Palestinian state where they have slaughtered people and they are still slaughtering on a daily basis. In Nigeria, the Fulani terrorists are slaughtering on a daily basis. This is another branch of the Palestinian people. The Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the Ansari terrorist group, and all of them in one Nigeria, they are one and the same thing as the Palestinian state and people. And you people are canvassing for their recognition. You people are canvassing for them to be reintegrated into the society and to have a state of their own. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Owazirike, Simon Ekpa did not take you people serious about your sabotage. That is why you put all of them in detention. You sabotage their process of independence. You sabotage every template that they put on the ground. That is why people were not taking Biafra issue serious. That is why even to enter and to penetrate and to have easy access to the US Congress was ever difficult. But when you streamline everything and make it that it is only one channel, one legal entity that is going to that US Congress, no other splinter groups goes in or comes out, that is when US Congress is taking us serious. And we are seeing results coming out. We've submitted petitions against Nigeria, submitted petitions against Finland for the favor of our Prime Minister and our Supreme Leader. And that is why you are seeing all this opera everywhere. That is why you see them running helter-skelter. That is why you now see that top American lawmakers and the US media houses are talking about the massacre in Nigeria now, the massacre of Christians in Nigeria. They are now going to dig into the report that we have submitted and to bring in more evidence and to make it flood the media. So, Mazi Simon Ekpa did not take the saboteurs serious. He did not know that they will go to the point and extent of putting him behind bars. Yes, the people that testified against him in court were not Fulanese. They were Biafrans. Yes. The people that he worked with, who came out to threaten that Biafra Defense Forces will all die and will all go down. It is Dr. Former. It is Ngozi. On the 14th of August, that was when Ngozi was told that Biafra Defense Forces generals, that they have all been killed, that they have all been poisoned. Then on the 16th, on the 15th, Ngozi assembled a meeting. On the 16th, she published a memo that she's sending people to go and take over Biafra Defense Forces barracks because she has been informed that they have all been wiped out. Today, you're coming to beg. Beg for what? No. Continue going to beg. Like the press memo that the APM posted, we are not commenting on how you are going about with the lawsuit because it is still in court. We don't have to be commenting on it. But what we can promise you is that you can continue to be calling on the name of our Prime Minister, call on the name of Ojukwu, call on the name of Philip Effiong, call on the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, call on the name of Wazirike, call on the name of all the heroes of Biafra that have told the path of this freedom. That cannot stop BRGIA from holding all the saboteurs that have emerged in our time accountable for the atrocities that they have done to our leaders of present and leaders of the past, and to our babies, women, and children. Because every evil and slight thing that you do, the repercussion is falling on our babies, women, and children in the homeland. You all know how the antics and the works of Honorable Fulani has caused the death of many Biafrans. Many of them, she posted their names out on the social media, put their names in bank account with Fulani people. And then Nigerian terrorist government trailed them to their houses. Anybody that paid money into that account, they went and kidnapped them. Till today, all of you are not holding her accountable and not asking her, where is Nduka Ebele? Where is Nduka Ebele that you added his name to a joint account with a Fulani man? You published the account online. And then Biafrans were donating money into it. Then every Biafran that put money, Fulani terrorists will trail them and eliminate them. Then later, Nduka Ebele was picked up with over 5 trucks and dogs and heavy artillery of the DSS. Up till today, Ngozi has not told you where is Nduka Ebele. Is it the Asian state governor? The thing is that she is the one that will come and expose these Biafrans to danger when they all buy and picked up by DSS. She will just come and make noise in the media. Later, she will disappear. All of you will not ask her again. So, Brgie ID card was a global recognition for Biafran people. Identity is what makes you to be identified as a person. When you present your Biafra ID card, somebody will see that you are a Biafran and then will know that which country is this? You say it is emerging nation. You say, oh, a Biafra. So Biafra have ID card. Brgie issued ID card. Yes, it was not for us to make profit from it, but it was a means of recognition of the Biafran people, international identity. And all of you that got that ID card, you can see how that ID card were well respected before Ngozi sabotaged the process. She sabotaged it because she knew why she was sent to come and sabotage it. Today, how can you use that ID card that has been sabotaged? The Jumio verification, the security features, and everything were sabotaged. Even Dr. Dorothy, that was working with her, came to write over 6 pages petition and confession against Ngozi of how she sabotaged the ID card process. So I am asking you, for those of you that say, oh, Simon Ekpa says, Sonny, okay, Nkere, stop the lawsuit. Did Simon Ekpa inform Ngozi to come and sabotage the Biafra ID card? Did Simon Ekpa tell Ngozi to come and sabotage the Biafra recognition? Ah, okay. So if Simon Ekpa said, Ngozi, go and sabotage the Biafra recognition, then later, when they bring lawsuit against you, Sonny, okay, Nkere, Brgie, stop it. Then that means everything that Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, worked for, he just wasted his time to work for it, then announce it back and then send Ngozi to come and sabotage it. I'm asking now, did Simon Ekpa now decide to work for Biafra people, put his life on the line, took his time to design many things, many projects that will bring up about Biafra recognition? The ID card is one key factor. And then he's spent his time to make it to be international standard with all the security features. Then I am asking all of you, did the same Simon Ekpa now call Ngozi and say, Ngozi, go and sabotage the Biafra ID card recognition. Go and sabotage the Biafra database. Go and destroy the Biafra database. Simon Ekpa did so. Ah, okay. If you say that Simon Ekpa is telling Sonny and Okenkere and Elias and Brgie to stop the lawsuit, I am asking you if Simon Ekpa told Ngozi to sabotage your Biafra ID card. So all of you wasted your time to pay money for Biafra ID card. They collected all your information. You now had a standardized and internationally recognized and acceptable ID card which you can use for your Biafra recognition as a Biafran identity anywhere you are. When you present it, somebody see it and say, yes, it is authentic. So did Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, send Ngozi to sabotage the Biafra ID card, the Biafra identity, your database, everything that you have and you have worked for, your international recognition? When you are able to answer this question, you can come back for a debate. I salute all Biafrans. See you all in the UK town hall meeting. Let us come en masse and make it happen. Yes, because Biafra is here. Now we go make them happen for us. Nobody can do it. They will.